Hello students. So in previous class we had looked into the unit 4 second chapter. So some concepts are still pending on this chapter that I will be taking during the offline classes. Okay. So today we can start with unit 2, that is decision tree. From decision tree we can start. Association rule also I will be explaining in the class. So today we can look into the concept decision tree. Okay, so it is one of the important concept in while working under classification data sets and all. Okay, so the classification of large data sets is an important problem in data mining. The classification problem is also concerned with generating a description or a model for each class from the given data set. So here the classification is one of the important problem in a data mining. To work with a large data set is very difficult, so that we have these some types of algorithm like decision tree. Okay, so here two types of classification are there, that is supervised classification and unsupervised learning. Supervised classification, we have a training data set of records, and for each records of the set the respective class to which it belongs is also known. So during the our unit 1 only I have told what is supervised learning, how the data set why the data sets are divided into supervised learning and unsupervised learning, where in supervised learning it has the data set where the classes also we can be known, it's a training data set. Okay, so here using the training set, the classification process attempts to generate the description of the classes, and these description help to classify the unknown records. So while considering the training data set, we will generate some classes by calculating, some calculation part is also there for the classification problems. So by using that we can find out the unknown records, we can produce the output by knowing the classes. Okay, so in unsupervised learning we don't have a training data set of record, for example clustering. So in unsupervised learning we don't have a training data set, and the classes is also unknown, so that it is very difficult in an unsupervised learning. To use the unsupervised learning we should use the clustering methods and all. Okay, so we can look now decision tree. Okay, so here is one example. So here figure represents a decision tree for the concept buys the computer, indicating whether a customer at all electronics is likely to purchase a computer. Each internal is non-leaf node represents a test on an attribute. Each leaf node represents a class, either buys computer equals S or buys computer equals no. So here you can see that age is a root node. So here the attributes are like age, student, then credit rating. Okay, so the rectangular representation are the attributes. So here what is the main thing means, in a all electronics is a shop where the customer purchasing the computer, they will consider the age, at what age, during the customer's age. Okay, here the youth is a student, and middle age means middle aged persons, and then senior aged peoples. So whether they buys the computer or knows. Okay, so that is represented in the tree form. Here age is an root node, and we have student, middle aged people and senior people. Then we have category, that is yes or no, the whether the student buys the computer or he may not buy the computer. Then in middle aged we have only one session, that is as middle age buys the computer, and whereas senior part may buy or may not. So there we have fair and excellent. The fair and excellent are the values in a particular attribute. Okay, so it's just an example how the tree represents. Okay, so here the we have the attributes in two formats. Okay, that is numerical and categorical data. So in numerical data means where the number will be present. Okay, so that I will be explaining you in detail. So now this is how the output for the decision tree will be present. So here they have considered whether the customers are youth, middle aged or senior, whether they buys the computer or not buys the computer. Here the class is known. See that class is known. So class means no or yes. It can be true or false also. Okay, it can be true or false or yes or no. Okay, so it's a class. So a decision tree is a classification schema which generates a tree and a set of rules representing the model of different classes from a given data set. So a decision tree is like a tree structure or a flowchart representation. Okay, it has a root node, leaf node, right? So here it includes set of rules to follow. Okay, the set of records available for developing the classification methods are divided into two, that is training and test set. So in decision tree the classification will be divided into two types, that is training and test set. So we use this method to find out the accuracy or to predict the value of the output, how many percentage. Like in previous example we can see whether they buy the computer or no, whether they not buy purchase the computer, right? We will be predicting by calculating some values, right? So it's like finding the accuracy. The main output will be the accuracy of the classification. Okay, we categorize the attributes of record into two different types whose domain is numerical are called the numerical attributes. So attributes are of two types, that is numerical attribute and categorical attribute. So numerical attribute means the attribute which has the number values. So here is one data set, you can see. So here the numerical data is temp and humidity. So here temp, humidity, windy, class, outlook are the attributes, and here the numerical values are these numbers. Okay. Next we have categorical data, and the attribute whose domain are not numerical are called categorical attribute. Means categorical is here it is outlook, we have the names, right? Then we have windy, so it's a categorical data. Okay, outlook and windy. So these are numerical part and these are the categorical part. Okay, so there is one distinguished attribute called class label. The goal of the classification is to predict the class of the record whose class label is known. So actually in machine learning, the classification in supervised learning, we will be knowing this class. Like no play, play, or in previous example we had seen, that is yes or no is the class. Okay, in some examples there will be true or false. So only two parts it is divided, right? So this is known in our training data set. That is by using this data we will be finding the accuracy of the data set. Okay, so it's a class label. There is one distinguished attribute called class label. The goal of the classification is to predict the class of the record whose class label is known. So we can consider one example. Consider the training data set. Okay, the data set has 5 attributes, right? Outlook, temp, humidity, windy and class. These are the 5 attributes. Okay, there is a special attribute. The attribute class is the class label. So this is one of the special attribute. It's a class. It's a class. Okay, the attribute temp means temperature and humidity are in numerical attributes. So temperature and humidity are in numerical values, numerical attributes, and other attributes are categorical. So outlook and windy are the categorical and it is a class label. Okay, so here and other attributes are categorical, that is they cannot be ordered. Based on the training data set, we want to find a set of rules to know what value of outlook temperature, humidity and wind determine whether or not to play the golf. So here we have some data, right? Here it has the 5 attributes: outlook, temperature, humidity, windy and class. Outlook and windy are the categorical attribute, temperature and humidity are the numerical values, and we have the class that has the class label. So here a student or a person want to play the golf, so he will check whether it's the sunny, overcast, rain and all. So here the values are of 3 types, right? Sunny, overcast and rain. And we have the temperature also. We have the temperature values and humidity values and windy. So here windy is represented as true and false. So by considering these data, he will decide whether he can play or cannot play. So this is a data set where which helps a person to consider the particular condition or particular weather condition, and he will decide whether to play or not play. So it's a data set, it's a sample data set. Okay, when you're working in companies and all, it will be a huge large amount of values will be there to check the profit or loss and all. Okay, so it's a sample example whether a person want to play or golf or not, but it has its own values. By considering one particular column only, we can find out the output of the class label. Okay, so here is a decision tree, that is we are considering the outlook. Okay, first outlook, then we have sunny, overcast and rain. So the values, right? Outlook has sunny, overcast and rain, right? Sunny, overcast and rain. Then humidity, that is values. Okay, then we have humidity, play and windy. Okay, in sunny the humidity value and windy value is being taken, then play. So overcast, so here overcast is nothing but a values. Okay, so here humidity, by considering that is whether to play or not play, that is less than equals 75 and greater than equals 75, by considering this value. Okay, by considering this value, it is giving some sort of values, and whether to play or not play is the class label. Okay, so this label. Okay, so outlook, play. Next we have windy. Same, windy has the values that is true or false, right? So that value is true or false. Then we have the class label, that is no play or play. Okay, so this is the decision tree. We can represent by considering this data set. Okay. So in the above tree, we have 5 leaf nodes in a decision tree. Each leaf node represents a rule. That is, if it is sunny and the humidity is not above 75%, then play. Okay, if it is sunny, so you can see that rule here in this diagram. If it is sunny, then the value, then the humidity is not above than 75 percentage, then play. Less than equal 75 percentage, then play. If it is sunny and the humidity is above 75 percentage, then do not play. Means here you can see another rule, that is if it is sunny and the humidity is above 75 percentage, then do not play. If the humidity is high, then he can't play, right? If it is overcast, then play. So if it is overcast, then play. So in overcast we have play. Okay, so if it is overcast, then he can play. If it is rainy, so in next slide, next fourth rule you can see, if it is rainy and not windy, then play. So if it is rainy, windy, then he can play. Okay, if it is rainy, then not windy, then he can play. If it is rain and windy, then don't play. Okay, so here it is. So rule, so when you're writing, you should consider correctly, okay, this one. So I will explain this again in your class, because as it is one of the important concept. Okay, so if it is rainy and not windy, then play. So the main thing you should follow is the rule, that is not play and play. You should consider the class labels. Okay, so note that every path from root node to leaf node represents a rule. It may be noted that many different leaves of the tree may refer to the same class label, but each leaf refers to the different rule. So each leaf has a different rule, right? If it is windy, then he can't play. Then if it is not windy, then he can play, right? So there is some rule. If it is humidity is, if sun, in outlook sunny, humidity is greater than 75, then he can't play. If it is less than 75, then he can play, right? So this is some sort of example for a decision tree. Okay, so the accuracy of the classifier is determined by the percentage of the test data set that is correctly classified. So actually here in this, by considering this data set, we have many calculation part. Okay, means but in your syllabus you have just the description, only the sample example. No need to work out, no need to use the complete formulas to find out the percentage of this particular class. You no need to find the accuracy, just a sample is that you need to know the how it works. Okay, so here the main thing is to find out the accuracy. The accuracy of the classifier is determined by the percentage. The accuracy will be give the output in form of percentage value. Okay, like 99.9 percentage, 0.96 percentage, like that will be the output of this decision tree. Okay, so the advantage and disadvantage of this decision tree is, decision tree are able to generate the understandable rules. So here you can see, by using the decision tree we can represent some rules, right? So we can generate some rules. They are able to handle both numerical and categorical data, that is number values data and the categorical data. They provide a clear indication of which fields are most important for prediction or classification. So as you know, by considering this class label, we are finding out the accuracy. We predict the value. Okay, so next disadvantages are, some decision tree can only deal with binary valued target classes, means the two data like true or false, yes or no. So these are the binary related data when we have this in our class label. So it is one of the main disadvantage of the decision tree. Okay, the process of growing a decision tree is computationally expensive. It is more expensive. Then at each node, each candidate splitting field is examined before its best split can be found. So until it find out the perfect output, it will be splitting. It will be dividing. The tree will be dividing into the number of leaf nodes and all. So it is a decision tree best split. Okay, so for best split all, there is a one formula. Okay, thank you. Any doubts you can ask me, or we can clear it in the offline classes. Okay.